Hey team, welcome back. Firstly, apologies for a bit of a hiatus. With school holidays, we had a few days away with the caravan. Yeah, just a spot we go to pretty regularly. With half of Melbourne by the way it's going, but anyway, that's another conversation for another day. But yeah, no, good to have a bit of a break. Yeah, guys kept the wheels turning while I was away, so which is good. So yeah, back on the business end of things, back watering the corn again. The guys got the hay cut under the pivot while I was away, or the lucerne cut under the pivot, alfalfa, wherever you're tuning in from. So Brendan's just raking it now. Tony got nearly all the spraying done. We've just got our dairy block to do, if I can get it out. So there's 140 hectares over there, but there is sheep over there, so we'll probably need to bring them back here to home. There's a couple of stubbles here we can put them on just to flog those stubbles out. They've got it pretty well flogged out over there, but there's a lot of burrs and that sort of stuff that sheep don't eat. So yeah, they need bringing back so we can get into them. Haven't had rain for probably a week now, so we had 10 mil last week. I'll get round so you can see me. They are talking rain. What are we up to today? Tuesday. Are talking rain Thursday again. So we'll probably start and press that hay tonight, and hopefully we can get it stacked up sort of tomorrow, or get it finished tomorrow and get it stacked up before the rain is the plan. It's going to make pretty good stuff. Haven't got a shed to put it in, so anyway, we're just going to see how we go there. What else? So spraying, so yeah, just getting organised to do a bit of contract spraying. We've moved the batching unit and that down to where we go just with summer spraying. I think I have mentioned it's a bit easier with the batching unit when you got to sort of, rather than bucketing in or tipping 20 litres of drums of glyphosate into the boom spray, because you know you're putting to a brew, you're sort of putting 100 to 150 litres in. So when we can suck straight out of the bottom of a shuttle, it just makes it, you know, you suck that in half a minute as opposed to 10 minutes tipping 20 litre drums in. So yeah, corn's going really well. I'll have a look here in a minute. I'm just going to move these timers along, and then yeah, it's not due to change. It's about 8 o'clock now. It's not due to change till about 11, I think. So we'll just move these couple of timers along, and then it'll be right for the rest of the day. But yeah, we are cobbing up pretty well. I'll probably just show you here on these fellas. If I can probably open him up with one hand. I might not be able to. Where are we? Oh, that he's a bit early. I'll find you one that's got the corn's actually, you can see the kernels, it's actually gone yellow, so it's moving along pretty well. Weather's been spot on for it really, it hasn't been too hot. And yeah, probably perfect for the rice too. It's really jumped away as well. So you know, tomorrow they're talking sort of 35, but then it's back down again with the rain on Thursday. So yeah, pretty comfortable really, which is nice. Just coming off the top of the bay, there's a bit of a wet spot there, but the channel's only, you know, just there. So generally, from what I know of it, you generally only want one cob. So we've got a few overachievers here for whatever reason. Anyway, all jokes aside, apparently one big cob is better than you know, 2 or 3 little ones. You can just see here, hopefully, no, you might not be able to. Got a little grub there that's starting to have a bit of a gnaw. So there's a couple there actually. So not too sure what the go is there. You can sort of see him burrowing in there. Once they get in that sort of cob, it's a bit hard to get them out. So there's a few kicking around. I haven't spoken to Miranda since I think they came while we were away. So yeah, I just might give her a call this morning and try and catch up with her. But wait, I'll peel that end off a bit for you. Yeah, so you can just see they burrow in those little grubs. He's just fallen off and sort of have a gnaw on the end of the cob. But yeah, you can sort of Get a bit of an idea there. So just yeah, it looks like a copper sweet corn essentially that you'd buy from the grocer. So yeah, and it's slowly developing. It's, yeah, you can sort of see it's yellow till sort of halfway. So the bottom 3/4 basically is developed. So on the top still forming. So yeah, but you just get these grubs that come in and they'll just eat the end out of the cob essentially. So but once they're in under that sheath, yeah, it's pretty hard to chase them. So anyway, I'll give her a call today and just see what she reckons. Yeah, but everything, it sort of all looks pretty happy at the moment. It's got quite tall. It's sort of, can't see my hand. It's taller than I can reach up anyway. So yeah, it's kicking along really well, which is good. So, and yeah, as I said, perfect weather for it. So yeah, it is what it is at the moment. Just, yeah, keep the water up to it and hopefully the weather behaves itself. You see the rice is looking pretty solid too. Hopefully we can get Alex back with the drone later this week maybe. Although Friday's a public holiday, so it might be next week. And I'm going to get him to take another shot of with the drone over the top of it, and then we can compare the two images, just the one before we top dressed and the one after. So but yeah, it's all pretty consistent, the one colour here now. It all looks, really happy with the way it looks. So it's pretty much the same, just monitor it for bugs and yeah, keep the water up to it, and yeah, hopefully the next time we'll be in here we'll be with the header. Alright, we've got a couple of loads of spray out down there. Didn't get any sort of footage of it. It's pretty rough going, and yeah, sort of two-handed job most of the time, little paddocks and that sort of stuff. So actually we're only sort of supposed to be putting 80 litres a hectare of water out, and I went up to 100 just so we were, yeah, travelling that bit slower, and it's a bit easier on the gear, and yeah, a bit easier on the bloke sitting in the tractor too. So yeah, just come down just to fire the recycle pump up again. Yeah, started it earlier this morning. You just see there the grub's actually died where it's been sitting in water. So goes to show it doesn't like too much water. But yeah, and it's warm enough today. It'll be 30 degrees or a bit better. Whatever reason, this pump's taking a bit to get going again. I did actually tip some water in it this morning to get it to go, so hopefully we're going to run it for a couple of minutes now. It'll go again shortly. Tony and Brendan have just been putting a new set of discs on the little yellow plough, so yeah, we've got to do some fire breaks with it and potentially plough a bit of country up with it. So yeah, the front discs were about bugged, so we'll give it a birthday and treat it to a new set. So we generally only do the back set, don't do front and back. So yeah, anyway, that is on. But yeah, water changes, it'll finish tomorrow. We've got whatever 12 hours, something like that left. It'll change about 9 o'clock tonight, and then yeah, there'll be 2 bays left, and then we'll pump this last bay again like we normally do. And yeah, I'm gonna have a look at some hay in a minute. Just gonna probably press the loosen hay tonight. Yeah, it's gonna be pretty hot again tomorrow, I think. So yeah, hopefully this gets going in a minute. It'll take its time, and there we go. So yeah, I'll come and put another tank, topping up the fuel again tonight. So it's yeah, keep that water away from the bottom of the property. A few decent rows here. This side hasn't. This is sort of its first cut, so it's a bit woody and crappy. It's only really been grazed, so but the way it feels, it's going to be plenty dry enough. So we'll yeah, have a crack at this at 10 o'clock or something tonight. We'll just see what the weather does, and see how much it cools down. It is still pretty humid, so we've got both sides to do, so there's going to be a few here. Again, if anyone wants some lucerne hay, just give me a yell, because yeah, just starting to get a bit stacked up around us now, which is, yeah, it'll stop raining one day, but anyway, we'll just suck it and see. Alright, day's about cooked. So yeah, just been down and set the water up for tonight, and then I'm gonna get on and probably get up at some ungodly hour and yeah, get a bit of baling done hopefully. So the water's going to need changing. Just the last bay, the outlet, I think I've shown you, the outlet's a little bit lower. I've actually turned the pump off because the water was flowing over it, and the arm that holds the timer is welded on in the wrong spot, so it doesn't sort of work very well. So I'm going to get up at 2 or 3 in the morning to press hay, so I'll just, I think it's due to change at 3. So I'll, yeah, just go and manually do it because I'll be up anyway. Still pretty hot, like I think it got to 35 today, so it's, we might battle to get it due tonight, we'll just see. But it's just quite humid, so yeah, anyway, we'll see how we go. We've got sidetracked with me phone call, so I just had to nip up a chain there on the side that was a bit loose. Yeah, so we'll catch you guys in a few hours. We'll go and have a wash and have a snooze, and yeah, we'll reconvene here about 2 or 3 a.m. Don't tell me you didn't go to bed. Look at this go. Yeah, it's don't worry about me. Yeah, it's about 3 a.m. The only ones that are up now are the frogs that are going pretty hard in the background here. Hopefully we don't run out into a danger noodle here in the dark. Yeah, we'll get this water changed and then we'll go and have a look at the hay. And I've just got my camera phone here. That seems to be the tool of choice this hour of the night. Yeah, just need to get it. I do have a head torch, but it's one of those rechargeable ones, and generally when you go to, well, it's a good one, but generally when you go to use it, it's flat. So anyway, we're just here. Try not to end up in the drink if we can. I need the pressure against it, which isn't helping me. I'm gonna have to put you down, hang on. Oh, we got there in the end. So this will be a quick one, it'll only be about 4 hours, so we'll yeah, I'll have to get back here about 7 a.m. to get it done. Get it changed. Super moony night though. Yeah, anyway. We're going to have a look at this hay and yeah, get the baler warmed up. The newer tractors, when you get off the seat, the PDO stops. Hang on. We'll wander back here. A moon out the back there. What have we got here? It's always in there. 16. It's probably pretty good. Bar looks to have good shape. Well, it's a bit hard for you guys to see it in the dark. 13. Not much wrong with that, I don't reckon. Oh, and they'll have a bit of weight in them too. Anyway, we'll punch a few more out, and the camera's battling with the darkness trying to focus. Anyway, it's just what it is at this area of the day. Just, we're getting a bit of chatter feedback through the PDO. It looks pretty straight, but obviously it's not just quite right, so yeah, anyway, might have to, because the tyres on this tractor are taller than the other one, the drawbar's higher. Yeah, it's just getting a bit of feedback through the tractor, but anyway, not a lot we can do about it. Well, a quick rundown. It's a bit different in the Fendt tractor as opposed to in the Magnum. You'll notice, I have commented before, just how much better the lights are in the newer tractor with the LEDs or whatever they are, HIDs. So, and we've got the baler monitor up on the isobus up on the main screen in the tractor. We don't have the separate baler monitor like we would have when we were back baling earlier on in the normal hay season. What was I going to say? So yeah, just the Vario transmission. So I'm just driving it with my foot on the accelerator, so I can, you know, take my foot off the accelerator and the tractor will come to a stop. With the Isobus is basically a universal platform across all machinery, I suppose, all machinery brands. So we could essentially plug the baler into any tractor with the Isobus if we didn't have a monitor, and the monitor would come up on that screen. So the number I'm sort of looking at here is that, you probably can't see it, but that's 600 or 500. So that's our pressure, and we're probably a bit fraction on the low side. I want that up closer to 1,000. It's sort of telling me that the moisture's a bit high when it's down that low. So I can actually, well, there's load and pressure. That's probably the 180 there. You can see I can adjust that. Just sort of I can put more load on it, which increases. Sorry, I can back the load off, which increases the pressure, or I can, you know, if conditions were drier, I'd have that up around 190, 195 or 210, and that will bring that PSI up. So I have explained it before. It's the rams at the back of the baler that are sort of keeping, you know, pressure on the baler as the hay's coming into the baler and it's forming the bale. So yeah. So anyway, we'll persist here for a little bit. I don't think we're not going to be able to keep going. I think as the sun comes up, the dew will come up a bit more. So and they are talking it's going to be pretty hot again today. So we might not get it all done. My other thought is we get once the boys get here, we put the round baler on the other tractor, yeah, we get the two balers going, and just to get it done in the bale, just in case it does rain in a couple of days. So they have backed off it a bit. So yeah. Anyway, there's always something going on. The moon's nearly disappeared over the horizon there, so he's off to bed. So but yeah, we'll keep chipping away at it here for a little bit, and yeah, just keep an eye on it. I did probe one before and it was up a bit. It was up sort of around that 20, which we sort of wanted. We wanted about 16 or under. 14's perfect, but yeah, not most of the time you can get them pretty close. But yeah, we just need to be a bit conscious because we don't want them too high, because it might get a bit hot on us later on. Well, the sun's up. It's actually trying to rain, which I didn't realise was going to happen. I probably should have done a bit of baling earlier last night. Anyway, I don't think there's a lot in it, but yeah, a pain in the backside. So anyway, that's alright. If you watched the last video, just there was a bit of lathe work, so that's essentially what that shaft I've done, is for. So you can see the bearings there. Yeah, so it's come up alright, so we'll get that back. Hopefully we'll get that back together today. Well, especially if it rains, it'll be a good job. They can get that back in, and we've got a heap of fingers there that need to go on the wheels, so they can get to and bolt them on. Anyway, I'll go up and check the water, but there won't be too much baling going on for a little bit. I might actually back the baler back in the shed, I reckon, before we get too carried away here. Started the pump again, the core's finished. I'll just close it out like that. You might be able to see over there, it's running out the end of the main, so it's only been 4 hours. It probably actually could have been shut off a bit earlier. And yeah, I've reshuffled it round up further just to run it back onto the rise. It's going to drop back. Looking at 12 megs coming in. It's going to drop back to 4 now. So yeah, just going to try and pump this out and shift it round back onto the rice. So just, yeah, take a bit of the pressure off here again. Yeah, we don't want any more of that drowning. Weather still can't make its mind up anyway. Another half an hour the guys will be here. We'll making a bit of a decision. The telehandler's out the other farm and we're doing a bit of clean up out there, so they might go out there for an hour and yeah, hopefully the sun might come out and we could get both balers going and yeah, get stuck in the bale. So I've been relegated to the round baler just as it's starting to rain. Yeah, we just got it going as well, and I've done 13 bales, but yeah, looks like the rain's going to beat us, which is a bit of a pain in the bum because a couple of hours we would have had this wrapped up. So anyway, as I said earlier, I probably should have started a bit earlier last night, but with the heat of the night, yeah, just thought it wasn't going to go. But anyway, that's the way it is. Hopefully we don't get a lot of rain. I think it's just going to be showers. Yeah, anyway, we've got a bit done. Tony's here stacking, went out and got the telehandler who's been stacking them up. So yeah, anyway, it is what it is, unfortunately. So we're nearly done. There's only sort of half a dozen runs left. I've actually run out of net, so I've got another roll here. We'll just get in and change him and then we can go again. Here that's bought it. What's happened is just bought it and wrapped it a bit around one of the feed rollers. The hay's all carted in, the boys got that done. I had to make a few phone calls and send a couple of emails, and yeah, shot into town and picked up a bit more chemical for the summer spraying job. So yeah, we've just stacked it up here. Yeah, just a way we can put a little fence around it here, but yeah, just keeping it separate, try and sort of with insurance on hay, it's all insured, but they sort of say to keep it stacked apart just in case you do have a fire. So yeah, we've just put a little stack here. We don't have any shed room for this lucerne. Ideally we probably should have it in a shed because it's pretty good stuff, but there's sort of not much we can do about it if we haven't got the room. So yeah, it's all sort of worked out alright. So we'll start the irrigator again tomorrow. We've got enough water in the dam to probably put 20 mil on, and we'll pump a bit. We'll keep pumping water around from the runoff from the corn, sorry, and yeah, we can top it up with that. So, but rice is looking pretty handy, as I keep talking about. So yeah, really happy with it. Really consistent. So yeah, I'll need to chuck my gumboots on and go for a wander out and see if I can find a head for you. But yeah, Miranda's telling me it won't be far away, so we'll just try and keep the water up pretty high at the moment. It's 34 on the ute at the moment, and what are we, sort of +5? But yeah, I think with this change that's coming through tomorrow, there's a chance of sort of cooler night. So, but yeah, we've sort of, oh, hang on, we've spotted one. We have spotted one. Where is it there? Zoom in. You probably can't see it. Probably can't see it. It's about there. So we are starting to see a head, so that's fantastic. Yeah, by this time next week, yeah, we should see a fair few poking around, hopefully, which will be good. So yeah, just come up to shuffle a couple of doors around, and yeah, just check, make sure everything's going alright, which it sort of looks to at this stage. I was just about to wind this video up and just caught the last foot or 18 inches of a brown snake it's come through the sheep yards and into that sort of grass there. So I've had a bit of a clean up here. Just hopefully he was just passing through, because we've been pretty lucky. We have actually lost a couple of dogs before to a brown snake, so you don't like them around the house and sheds. He was on the move pretty quickly, so yeah, he was into the long grass before I got a chance to spy him again. So, and I didn't actually see him come through, so I thought I might mow the grass and it might be enough to get him to bugger off. But yeah, having him this close to the kennels, it's a bit of a worry. So we might, it's about knock off time, we might throw the little dog in the house for a couple of hours, because she might sniff him out, which won't be ideal. And the raised pens are alright, but the lower pens not ideal. Anyway, it's the joys of living in rural Australia. Danger noodles. Been very lucky, touch wood, so far. The last couple of years, but generally we don't get them around the house and that. But they've got a bit of cover, and here are the 3 idiots now that we don't really want here. So yeah. Anyway, we'll see how we go. Alright, thanks for watching. We'll yeah, hopefully we'll see you on the next one. Ta-da.